Got about 70 comments that I'm gonna reply to in this Q&A. It's Friday afternoon. I'm actually about to take a nap after this, so let's get into it. Q&A number 33.
DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? This is Dre Baldwin. The website is DreAllDay.com. You are here watching Q&A number 33. I record these every Friday. They post every Saturday. You are watching this on Saturday. For those who don't know the format of the Q&A, I look at all the questions / comments from the previous week's Q&A. So for today's Q&A, I'm responding to things from the comments section of Q&A number 32, which came out last week. This is Q&A number 33. I have not read any of these comments yet, so I'm gonna go straight through these as they are. You ask me a good question, you're gonna get a good response. Before we get into that, one note of housekeeping. I am putting out an announcement tomorrow about Hoop Handbook. It's gonna be $2.99 a piece on Amazon and/or iTunes. I will go into detail as to why. It's just in those places, not on the actual Hoop Handbook website. Tomorrow in the video you'll see where I explain that in detail, but all you need to know is if you go to iTunes or Amazon and you look up, you got the links right there, you can get any Hoop Handbook program. That includes the signature workouts, that includes the off-court training, that includes the skill programs, $2.99 a piece. And I'll explain why tomorrow. For most of you probably don't even matter why. Just go get them, and they will not. That price will not stay there forever, as far as I'm concerned. Right now, maybe in the future we'll do some other things, but right now that's an experiment we're trying. I'll explain it tomorrow. Let's get right into the Q&A. Too much talking. Ahmed Masood says, "Do you think you're better than the members of Kick Genius and at basketball in general?" Well, I mean, what are you comparing? I mean, you had to look at. In the end, you got to look at, judge me on what I've done as a basketball player. You can forget the YouTube videos and anything I did in the empty gym. Look at what I've done when the gym is full, when there's somebody else on the court with me. And you can't compare me to anybody else on YouTube. There's nobody on YouTube to compare me to. So that's my answer to that question. GS Basketball says, "Have I ever met Chris Smooth before?" No, I really don't even know who Chris Smooth is. I'm guessing he's a YouTuber, but as far as that, after that, I don't know anything else about this guy. Isaiah Rodriguez says, "What's my favorite kind of cereal?" Now, that's a great question, Isaiah. Frosted Flakes, Raisin Bran, Rice Krispies, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios. I love some chicken and waffles, even though you can eat that any time of day, and cream of wheat oatmeal. Those are my favorite cereals. Yazan Abu Zaid. Oh, and to further that answer, I don't eat any of those anymore. Only one of those you might see me eating now is chicken and waffles if I go to a restaurant that got it. Miami got a lot of great chicken and waffle spots. But right now for breakfast, usually I eat, if I'm going to work out, which I am usually first thing in the morning, when I wake up, I'll eat just fruit. Drink a bunch of water, eat some fruit, some bananas, apples, stuff like that. And I really eat a meal. My first meal will be after I work out, usually most of the time. Yazan Abu Zaid says, "I'm playing against a bigger player. If I'm playing against a bigger player and he knows my every move, what should I do?" You should probably work on your game, develop some more moves so that he doesn't know all of them. I posted over 4,000 vids here. If you were to get down the fundamentals, the basic skills of 10% of the stuff I put out here on YouTube, you wouldn't have that problem. Yeah, now, and you could go on Amazon or iTunes to get a program for $2.99 now, so money's no excuse for anybody anymore. Yeah, now 0611 says, "What's the difference between in-season workouts and off-season workouts?" Well, you had to ask the person who's doing them. There is no general in-season you have to do this and off-season you have to do that. It depends on the workouts you're talking about, the person who's doing the workouts or the person who's running / designing the workouts. So you had to ask me a much more specific question. That's a very general and broad question, which is undefinable because each person has their own workouts. There are no general rules that you have to do this or that at this part of the season or this part of the season. Ryan Rodriguez says, "How can I improve my ball handling in games when there's a defender playing tight on me and on fast breaks?" Well, Ryan, first of all, first thing you need to do is practice more so that you can develop these skills. If you want to improve your ball handling, you need to work on your ball handling. Think of the situations that are giving you problems, and you need to get on the court by yourself, or you get a friend to play defense against you. Your problem is handling against people playing defense. Get somebody to play defense. Say, hey, your friend, say, yo, come to the court with me. I just want you to play tight defense on me, the way the guy was playing me in the game, and practice dribbling against him. If he keeps taking the ball from you, ask your friend, yo, what am I doing wrong? What can I do differently? How is it you keep stealing the ball from me? Ask questions. People will help you If they see you having a problem, you working against somebody and they keep taking the ball from you, ask them, what am I doing wrong that allows you to keep taking the ball from me. And second of all, after you do all these drills, you're doing the work, you're going to always be doing drills. There'll never be a point where you can stop and say, all right, I'm good enough, I don't need to practice anymore. That point will never come in your basketball life. Once you get to that point where you feel like you don't need to practice anymore, you'll be done playing basketball. That's the only point you'll get there. Other thing you need to do is actually playing games. You can see the things you're working on and actually applying to the games. Then take whatever happened in the game, whether it be positive or negative, and you apply it to your practice. Say, okay, this is what happened in the game. This was what worked. This is what didn't work. These are things I see on the horizon. These are things I need to improve on. And then you apply that to your training. It's as simple as that. So you just have to do the work. PXU says, Dre, what do you think of the pro shot shooting system you're using in your game? My coach has been telling me don't dip the ball, shoot straight up. I don't know what to tell. What should I do? Because I shoot better when I dip and sweep and sway. Well, Zoo, what I think of pro shot shooting system, I obviously think they are legitimate. They know their stuff. Otherwise, I would not have done a video with them. You can actually get their shooting handbook, which is 150 pages and completely free, on my website at dreallday.com/PSSS for pro shot shooting system. dreallday.com/PSSS. That's a free booklet that covers every aspect, every possible question about shooting. As far as dealing with your coach, P, if you make more shots when you do it your way, why don't you just say that to the coach? Like, coach, I make more shots when I do it this way. I don't think any coach in his right mind is going to argue with that. Tommy Canlas says, can you explain why I said Joe Johnson would be the hardest guy to contain or defend? He said, I think he's one of the best offensive players in the league too, but harder to defend over Kobe, Melo, or KD. Plus, I'm not being objective. I trust your opinion. Sorry if this came out rude. Tommy, I think you have misheard me somewhere. I never in my life said Joe Johnson would be the hardest player in the world to play defense against. I believe if I mention Joe Johnson, I say he's the hardest player I've ever played against myself. I've never played against Kobe, Melo, or Kevin Durant. So if I said Joe Johnson was the toughest, that's because I was talking about people I've physically been on the court and guarded. So Kobe, Melo, KD don't apply because I never played against Kobe, Melo, or KD. So I think you just misheard my response or misheard the question. Just Play Games says, does the Ultimate Athlete package help you lose weight, or should I try to get in shape to my desired weight before attempting the program? Appreciate you answering questions every Friday and love your videos. Well, thank you first of all. Second of all, does the package help you lose weight? Listen, let me explain something to you. Taking a walk around the block can help you lose weight depending on what your baseline is. So if you're 400 pounds and you can barely get up off the couch and you take a walk around the block every day, you'll lose weight. Now, if you're a superior athlete that works out every single day for hours and you walk around the block, it's not going to do anything for your weight. So it depends on where you are right now. What is your baseline physical level? That can determine what's going to help you lose weight and what isn't. And also what you're putting in your body, your nutrition, the amount of rest you're getting, all that stuff factors into whether you lose weight. Just because you do a workout program does not guarantee you're going to lose weight, and it also doesn't guarantee that you won't lose weight. So your question, as with the previous question, a previous question that was asked me, is undefinable. I can't tell you if you're going to lose weight by doing a program, as I have no idea who you are, what your physical level activity is, what your nutrition is like, what you normally do as far as working out goes. Ultimate Athlete is a program that is going to get you in shape to be a basketball player. It's 15 weeks, either in season or off season. It's adaptable to either, and it covers strength, flexibility, power, core, speed, quickness, and explosion. It requires no equipment, no weights, not even a facility. You could do it at home. That's what the Ultimate Athlete is, and again, you can get that on Amazon or iTunes now at $2.99. I'm gonna keep saying that because y'all need to take advantage of this experiment that we're running. And I mean, that's all I can say to you. I can't guarantee whether you're gonna lose weight or not. I need way more information about you than just, I'm gonna do this program, am I gonna lose weight? The same thing if I came to you and said, if I do this, am I gonna lose weight? You don't have enough information about me to answer that question. Obito Swaggerama, he asks, can I do a couple other signature workout programs? Players he mentions are Clyde Drexler, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Charles Barkley, and Chris Mullin. And then he also asks, can I make a package with all the players from the East Coast and then a package with all the players from the West Coast, like whatever team they play for in the NBA. And then a rivalry package, like LeBron and Kobe, Magic and Bird, Jordan and Drexler, and so on. Obito, those, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do any of the things you said. As far as the players you mentioned, Clyde Drexler, Magic, Bird, Dr. J, Barkley, Chris Mullin, you may see programs from them in the future. I would say is a pretty good chance you'll see programs from them, all of them, sometime in the future. I'm not putting a date on any of that, but eventually I'm going to get to damn near every player out there. As far as the Beast of the East and Best of the West and the rivalry packages, those are actually very good ideas. I'll never shun somebody for having an idea. Those are good ideas. Thank you for sharing those with me. Whether or not they happen, I don't know, but I do appreciate somebody sharing an idea with me, so thank you. Noah Schneider says, I had 3 months before the season starts. I'm going to be a junior. I want to start varsity, but my game needs work in all aspects. I think I should start with defense and ball handling. What are my thoughts? Well, Noah, if that's what you think, it's the same thing I think. Noah, I have no idea who you are. I've never seen you play. I have no idea what your size is, what position you play, who you're playing against, what you're good at in the game, what you're not good at. You got to give me way more information than just, do I have thoughts on what you should start with? You need to work on all aspects of your game. I need way more information than that. And that question really, if you were to give me the proper information, is not really a Q&A thing. That's something you should probably email me one-on-one. So any of you watching this right now, if you have a question that you've given me this information is a very vague question, if you need to go into full detail, you need to email me so you can get one-on-one response from me. I will write you back. The email is dre@dreallday.com. Don't expect me to write you back that day. Don't send me the same email twice. Don't do that. I will eventually get to your email, but if you have a very detailed question, like this one should be, it's not detailed, but it needs to be if you want me to give you a better answer, because I can't answer that. You're not giving me nearly enough information. Email me directly, dre@dreallday, or go to my website, dreallday.com. There's a little button on the side of the screen that says contact. Click that button and you just email me. Make sure you fill out the proper email address. Sometimes people hit the button and they email me and then they mistype their own email address, so then when I write it back, the email bounces back to me and I can't reply to them, so then they think I ignored their email. I didn't ignore your email, you just spelled your own email address wrong, so make sure you spell it right. The Prototype Man says, Dre, what workouts did you do to work yourself up to dunking for the first time? Workout I did was a program called Air Alert. I don't know if it was 1, 2, or 3 back then. I was 16 years old. I don't use Air Alert anymore. I use a program called the Jump Manual, which you can get at dreallday.com/jump. My guy Jacob Hiller, who's done several videos on this channel. If you go to my channel and search, just type in the word Jacob, you'll see a bunch of videos from Jacob. We've done a couple specials for his program, the Jump Manual. So, but back then, to answer your question, I was doing Air Alert. KD Titan 35 says, can I make a Penny Hardaway hoop handbook? Ding, ding, ding. Question of the day. Penny Hardaway hoop handbook is out. It is out. It is part of the new package of 16 programs. Excuse me. You can get it on Amazon or iTunes for $2.99. This is a limited time offer. Please do not hit me once if they're not $2.99 no more and say, yo, why they not $2.99 no more? It's because I'm telling you, you better do it now. How long we gonna keep them there? I don't know. All right, so good question, KD Titan 35. I think he planted that question there just so I could promote the Penny Hardaway hoop handbook. Anyway, Always Dope Kick says, is there any way to get an actual copy of your books? Now, what books you're referring to? Maybe he's referring to hoop handbook. Maybe you're referring to the actual authored books. Well, they are authored. Hoop handbook is a written book too, but what's written in this video and there's a bunch of stuff is a program. But you might be referring to my books, Buy a Game, The Mental Handbook, The Mirror of Motivation. You can also get those same books on iTunes and Amazon, also $2.99 a piece. Is there a way to get an actual copy? I guess by actual copy, you're referring to a physical copy that you can hold in your hands. We are working on doing that. Not for the hoop handbook programs, because the hoop handbooks have video, so we can't just give you a physical copy in your hand because you still got to be able to see the video. As far as the other books, those 3 that I mentioned, a new confidence book called The Super You, which will be out before the end of the year. I'm about to start working on that now that I'm finished with the hoop handbook programs that I told y'all will be out by September 1st, but are actually out now. We are working on getting some physical copies available where you can get digital or physical. So hopefully that's what you're asking about. As far as hoop handbooks, you won't be able to get a physical copy of the book because, again, it's interactive. So you can't be interactive with a book you hold in your hand. Real Derrick Rose says, hey Dre, if I get the Derrick Rose program, will it increase my points and explosiveness? Well, Real Derrick Rose, actually, I don't even want to say this and make sure I'm not. Yeah. I just had to make sure I was saying it right before I said it. The only place in the world where guarantees come before work is in the dictionary. Usually they say what? success before results or success. I don't even know what it is. I'm already getting the quote wrong, but listen, only place in the world you're going to get a guarantee before you do the work is in the dictionary. Because G comes before W. If you want guarantees of points in explosiveness, you need to do some work first, and then you'll find out. So you got to go do the work. I'm not guaranteeing you nothing until you do some work. So you do some work, then you come back to me, and then we'll talk. But I guarantee once you start doing some work, you won't have no more questions about predictions because you already have your answer. Elias Money 12 says, Dre, what has brought you your highest frustration level when playing? Highest frustration level when playing? Nothing about me personally, because I always know if I'm not able to do something, it's probably because I haven't practiced it enough. Or I'm playing against somebody who's better than me, who probably has practiced and played more than me. Other than that, probably be playing with people who aren't at the same level, who can't do things the right way. It's not even the physical ability, it's people's mental. People making mental errors. That frustrates me the most. So that's the answer. People who make mental errors on the court, meaning they don't understand what they're supposed to do. It's not about their physical ability. Not everybody can jump high and run fast, and not everybody can make all the shots, but the mental errors are what really frustrate me or piss me off when I'm playing with people. Drake OVO says, Dre, when I dribble up court, sometimes I get called for carrying the ball. Is there a way to help prevent this? Yeah, stop carrying the ball. Ask the referee who called the carry on you what you did wrong, and then stop doing that. Your problem is solved. Reezy1517 says, what do you think stopped you from being in the NBA? People ask this all the time, but the NBA is three things you need. You need timing, you need fit, and you need the opportunity. So it got to be the right timing, even if you're a great player. If the timing's not right, you might not get your opportunity. You have to fit, which means if you're a small forward, you try to play for LeBron's team, they might not need you because LeBron's going to play most of the game. They might already have a backup. An opportunity, you got to be in the right place at the right time. So it might not work for you. You might be a great player, but if you're not in the right place at the right time, with the right timing, the right fit, with the right team, and you offer the right skills and it's known to the right person, it might not work for you. So to this point, what I think stopped me, that's my answer. Basketball 23 Shoes says, Dre, how do you become a better passer and learn flashy passes? And he says, don't tell him to look at a playlist, LOL. And anyway, he claims he's the #1 ranked player in 2017. All right, well, since you said that, I know you're not that person. Because if you were, you wouldn't have to tell me that. As far as, I will answer the first question because some of you may also be able to use this information. How do you become a better passer and learn flashy passes? You become a better passer by practicing passing and playing basketball. Passing is a ball handling skill. You don't learn flashy passes. Flashy passes come once you got the fundamentals down cold, and I seriously doubt that you do. Because anybody who asks how to do something flashy doesn't have their fundamentals in order. Because once you have your fundamentals in order, the flashy stuff will just come to you. Omar Solano says, what drills do you use on your handles, jump shot and vertical? Please respond in the Q&A. And he says, P.S. Thanks because you my game to another level. Now I'm going to play college ball at a community college. Thanks again. Keep up the good work. Well, Omar, I'm glad to hear that. You're welcome and congratulations. And he asked me, what drills do I use on my handle, jump shot, and vertical? Omar. Where are we right now? You just told me that your game went to another level because of me, and then you're going to ask me what drills I do to get better. Like, I'm really not understanding your question, Omar, going along with the information you gave. If my drills helped you get better, then you know that I post drills, and then you ask me what drills do I do. So, Omar, you have completely confused me to this point. I think you already know what my answer is. I posted 4,000 of these. I have no idea how people ask me what drills do I do when I posted more of these than any other basketball guy on the internet put together. I have no idea where that's coming from, Omar. You gotta give me a better question than that, Omar. I think you confused yourself with that one. You definitely confused me, but good luck on your college basketball journey. But as I said earlier, Omar, you can also go to Amazon or iTunes and get any of those programs for $2.99. Super Cool 242 says, what's good, Dre? What upper body and lower body workouts do you do in the gym regularly, like squats, bench press, etc.? Well, I do a lot of different things. Super Cool 242. If you actually look at my off-court training playlist, strength training, abs playlist, speed and quickness playlist, the athleticism playlist, the Pilates playlist, you'll see I do a whole lot of different things. Not me doing the exact same thing over and over again. And a lot of people, young people especially, y'all get caught up in these compound heavy weight exercises such as the bench press, how much can you curl, how many crunches do you do, how much can you squat, how much can you deadlift. Understand that those are not functional to basketball playing. If you want to play basketball, you need to train like a basketball player. Basketball players, there's no point in the game of basketball where you're going to push as hard as you possibly can with both hands forward. That doesn't happen. So why do you need to spend so much time and put so much emphasis on bench pressing? Not saying that you don't ever have to bench press or never bench press or there's something wrong with bench pressing. I'm not a strength training coach, so you can take this with a grain of salt if you wish. But like I said, you look at the playlist that I post, you'll see the type of workouts I do. They vary. They are all always different. And if you look at the programs, Ultimate Athlete, Position and Power, at the links above, you can see what those programs are, the type of workouts I do. They are functional training for basketball, which means you're mimicking the movements of the game you're going to play or the positions you're going to be in and working the muscles that you need, which is not only the big muscles like the pecs and the glutes and the hamstrings, is all people focus on, like the beach workout, quote unquote. You focusing on these exercises so you can brag to your friends how much you can lift. That doesn't matter when you get in the game. You can bench 350, who cares? Can you shoot? Can you dribble? Can you pass? You know where to be on defense. Those are the things that matter more for actually being a functional basketball player. It means you're good, you know what to do, how to do it, and then you can physically actually accomplish it. Sam Andrews says, "What up, Dre? I put in a lot of work on the court this summer, but I haven't played in the game in a while. But last season, I would get in the game and not do anything. In the workouts, I do all the moves. In the game, I have changed since this summer, but..." All right, this question is kind of confusing me. He says, "Do I need more muscle memory or do I need to focus more in the game?" You need both. There is no either or. You need to do both. You need to practice more, develop more muscle memory, and you need to play in more games so you develop the skills to actually use them instinctively in the game without having to think about it. Sarib says, "Dre, can you try to have a Q&A with Shift Team HQ?" Is Shift Team a person? The only person I know from Shift Team would be Devin Williams, and I did a video with Devin last summer. So if you actually go to the search bar up there, type in Dre Baldwin, Devin Williams, you'll see the videos, a two-part Q&A we did. GM Canlas says, "Will you be releasing a Work on Your Game hoodie anytime soon?" We will see, GM. Jake C says, "Do you play basketball? I'm not really sure about your videos." I guess he was trying to be sarcastic. Maybe somebody will laugh at that, Jake. Jason281 says, "Dre, how do you mentally prepare yourself in practice for the game?" Jason, I have a video about that. If you go to my channel, go to the playlist that says Mental Game / Motivation. I have 2 of those. Over 200 videos to see the videos I've done on mental preparation. There are several. Chun Wang Lam says, "Dre, what do you do apart from basketball? Do you have an official job?" My official job is taking care of my business, handling my business. A lot of people always asking me that. Why do y'all? Well, I know a lot of y'all a lot younger, so I guess when I was your age, I would think that way too. But my main job is handling my business. I focus on things that are my business and things that I need to be doing. So yes, that's my job. Infinite P4IN says, "Dre, what's that song that you're playing in the background?" That was from last week's video. It's probably a beat by my guy, Addison Hardaway, Music City Beats. You can follow him on Twitter. Kid Perfect, or it might have been the Dre Baldwin theme song by my dude, Ray L. You can get that at dreallday.com/theme song. Kid Perfect says, "I play travel basketball in 5th grade and I'm 5'1" on point guard. I need help with ball handling. Do I have any tips?" Yeah, look at the ball handling playlist that I posted on this channel. It's over 200 ball handling videos. We also got ball handling DVDs, 2 of them. The Reel is Back 1, the Reel is Back 2. You can get either one of those at hoophandbook.com. NBA General says, "Dre, I'm a big fan of your vids. Who you think should start at point guard for the Heat? Chalmers, Shabazz Napier, or Norris Cole?" It'll probably be not Mario Chalmers. It will be Mario Chalmers because he's been a starter, and neither of those other guys have done anything to prove they deserve to take his spot. And if the Heat re-sign him, which they did already, he'll be starting. Silverstone says, "Nice moves, bruh." Well, thank you, Silverstone. Rodil Foley says, "Have I thought about making a Nate Robinson signature workout program?" Yes, I have, and he'll probably be in the next batch. Don't hold me to that, but probably he'll be in the next batch. Harry Woods says, "I live in Europe. How would I go about getting into a D1 school, or is it better go to a junior college?" Well, it's not really about better, Harry. I mean, better as in what? What is your ultimate goal? Your ultimate goal is to play basketball professionally. What you really need to do is just improve your game and then prove yourself at wherever you play. It doesn't matter what school you go to. You can get there from either route. there are players who have already done it, so you can't say it's impossible or that it can't be done because people have already lived that life. How do you go and get about getting into a D1 school? I actually have a video about that, going from Europe to playing in the NCAA. I have vids on that, so you can look that up and see it yourself. I'm not from Europe, so I'm not a complete expert on how to go from Europe to playing NCAA basketball, so you should probably contact some schools and ask some questions. I'm not a school, I don't work for a school. You can contact schools. You have access to the internet, you know how to read and write. Find a school you want to play for, target that school, contact the coaching staff, and see what they tell you. That's what you need to do. Mr. Darklink28 says, Dre, thanks for the videos. They made me a much better player. Do you think you'll do Magic Johnson or the older Isaiah Thomas? Well, somebody already asked about Magic, so yes, Magic is on the list. And the older Isaiah Thomas, I put him on the list too, so thanks for the idea. Next question. Mike Pucci says, Dre, would you ever consider shooting without a ball for muscle memory? He says, Pro Shot shooting system advises it. It helped me a ton. Well, it's great that it helped you, Mike. I mean, it's not really something that I think about. I don't try to take every single tidbit of training advice that I hear and try to apply it to me, because there's a million different tidbits, and you never get to doing what you need to do if you try to change every single time you hear somebody say they do something. You got to figure out what works for you, stick to it, and do it. So every once in a while, I'll take some information, add it if I want to, take it away if I want to, and that's that. Fresh LB15 says, T-Mac is my favorite player of all time. Since I was a little kid, I wanted to be like him as much as possible, even though I'm only 5'5" in the 8th grade. So other than doing his program for 30 days, referring to the signature workout program, what can I do alongside the program to play like Tracy? Well, Fresh LB, if you do the 30-day program, you're going to develop a whole lot of skills. It's a signature workout program. Other than that, to play like Tracy, Tracy was pretty damn athletic, so you might want to check out the Ultimate Athlete program. And being that you're 5'5" and Tracy McGrady is like 6'8", I don't know how much like Tracy McGrady you're going to be at that point, but then you just need to keep practicing, keep working on your game. Tracy McGrady had to do a lot of practice to get as good as he was. So other than, it's not just because you did a 15-week or 30-day program, you all of a sudden going to become Tracy McGrady, nor should you expect to. It takes years of work. Ian Sexton says, do you find it easier to dunk off 1 foot or 2? I can get up higher off 2, but I can stretch out more with 1. Which do you prefer? I used to always prefer going off 1 foot, and then I got a lot better at going off 2 feet. Now it's just whatever works. It doesn't matter. 1 foot or 2 feet doesn't matter. Let's put the ball in the basket. The goal is to put the ball in the basket, even if you gotta lay it up. So it might be times in a game where it's better for you to go off 1, depending on the game situation. It might be times better to go off 2. So why do you need to pick one or the other? Be able to do both. KS2000 says, a small point guard with not quite a perfect tight dribble yet. How do you suggest I approach getting recruited going into high school by colleges? Great work on YouTube. Also read your book. Well, thank you, KS2000. Well, nobody has a perfect tight dribble. Nobody's perfect. Basketball is a game of imperfections. How do you approach getting recruited going into high school by colleges? So you're going to high school and you're worried about getting recruited by colleges? Well, what you need to do is stop approaching that at all and focus on the 4 years of high school that's in front of you, because you need to put in some work in high school before getting recruited by a college even matters. So keep working on your game. He put the work on your game hashtag there. So keep working on your game. Keep developing skills. Keep watching the vids that I post. Get some signature programs that I've made available for $2.99 on Amazon and iTunes. Focus on the 4 years ahead of you. You're looking too far ahead. You're talking about college, or you ain't even start high school yet. Play high school ball first, and then when it's time to cross the bridge to college, then you can worry about that. So write me in 3 years. When you're going into your senior year, ask me the same question. John Peters says, why is it every time before a basketball game I go to take a dump? I don't know, John. You had to ask your doctor about that. Malcolm X says, first, thanks for the vids. How can I improve my on-ball defense? Well, it's an easy way to improve on-ball defense. Anybody who wants to know. Go find a friend and say to your friend, listen, I want to work on my defense. So I want you, we're going to go to the court and we're going to practice for an hour or 2 hours or 45 minutes. And you're going to play offense the whole time and try to score on me. I'm going to play defense the whole time. I guarantee there's nobody who will turn you down if you tell them all you want them to do is play offense. Ashan Khan says, I was in the gym playing against bigger and better people. I was scared, but he remembered what I said in the video, that if you're scared, then don't pick up the ball. And It turns out he was one of the better players out there. He earned respect from players who were bigger, stronger, and way better than him. Thanks for helping him get better. Hassan, thank you. I'm very happy to hear that. It's a great testimonial. Kendrick Gray says, do you count calories or track macros? No and no. I know some people who do, and I choose not to. Dewan Adams says, can I do J.R. Smith, Tim Hardaway Jr., DeMar DeRozan, and Joe Johnson programs? J.R. Smith's a good idea. Tim Hardaway Jr., I got to see him play a little bit more before we can do Tim Hardaway Jr. DeRozan's a good idea also. And Joe Johnson, ding, 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 Joe Johnson is out. Joe Johnson is out at the links above. So thank you for the idea for those guys. I got to write these down. Hertz Donuts says, Dre, do you pre-plan your on-court workouts or do you come up with drills once you are there? No, I always know what I'm going to do before I get to the gym. I always know my workout is going to be before I even set foot on a basketball court. Jared Lopez says, first of all, thanks for answering my question in previous weeks. You're welcome, Jared. Do I think LeBron will end up with more rings than Kobe? So let's see. Kobe has 5 and LeBron has, what, 2? That's a really good question. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say LeBron will not end up with more rings than Kobe. I think LeBron might be able to tie Kobe at 5. I don't think Kobe's going to pass 5. I don't think Kobe's getting another one, but he could prove us wrong, as he has many times before. I don't think LeBron will pass Kobe, though. Whatever Kobe ends up with, LeBron will either equal it or be less. Tom Henderson says, Dre, I recently started basketball because I'm tall and I'm playing the post a lot. My problem is when I try to back down the post, I struggle to back down my opponent. How can I back down my opponent and get closer to the basketball? Time, you need to get stronger. Ultimate Athlete is a 15-week athletic program. It's for overall athleticism. Strength is a part of it. But if you're looking for just straight up strength, you would take a look at the Position of Power. That's the 10-week strength training program. It is not written by me because I'm not a strength and conditioning coach. It's written by my trainer. Her name's Maria. You've seen her in my videos. If you haven't, go to my channel. You'll see her in a bunch of my videos. Actually, a video I just put out. Actually, I think it's a video coming out this following week. I got another one with Maria in there, but I have probably 100 videos with Maria in it already posted. So you just need to get strong with time. Daryl Carter says, where is the Hakeem Olajuwon signature workout program? It's nowhere, Daryl, because it doesn't exist. But if you're suggesting that I do it, I will keep that in mind. 2 more questions. Justin Dillon says, are you planning to come to California soon? Justin, I was just in California 2 months ago in June. I was in the Bay Area. I wasn't in LA. I was in the Bay Area. I played some ball with Nightwing 2303, who I've done a video with for those who don't know. Who else was in there? Benny was in there from Unified Ballers, and Jerron Mom was in there also. We all played pickup together. That was 2 months ago. Will I come back to California? Of course. When? I don't know. Where? I don't know. I do need to come to Southern Cali. I do want to come out to LA and actually spend some time there. I've been to LA several times, but I never really spent time in LA, so I want to do that. I do got to get me some Roscoe's chicken and waffles, no doubt about that. That's a guarantee. And so thanks for the question, Justin. Last question. Kai Cardenas says, do I think the Heat could still win championships while LeBron is now back in Cleveland? I mean, sometime in the history of the franchise, I'm sure they'll win another championship. With the team they have right now, I don't think they're a title team. I think they will be a very good and formidable playoff team. I don't think they're a title team with the squad they got right now, unless Dwayne Wade finds the rejuvenation machine for his legs. And whether he found it or not, I have no idea. But if Dwayne Wade could be the 08-09 D-Wade, then that's a whole different conversation. The 2014 D-Wade, no, that ain't happening. And I'm the biggest D-Wade fan out there. Those are all the questions for the Q&A this week. 33 minutes plus. Again, the link's right there, $2.99, Amazon, iTunes, every Hoop Handbook program. Please take advantage of this. Do not come to me complaining if you don't take advantage and the prices go back up. HoopHandbook.com, the prices did not change, so you have to get it from one of those links. Please don't ask me questions about something I already told you. I'm going to explain this in detail tomorrow in a video on my channel. That's it. That's all. I'm tired of talking. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.
Hey, somebody sign that kid Dre Baldwin, man. I swear to God, man, he need to be on the team, man. That nigga be ballin', man. I be ballin' too, I swear. Man, I feel like Dre Ball, Dre